Why is Bugatti so expensive? Welcome to Alux.com, the place where future billionaires come to get inspired. If you're not subscribed yet, you're missing out. Hello Aluxers, welcome back for another great video brought to you by our team here at Alux.com, in which we'll be taking a look at the supercars that top pretty much every list when it comes to luxury, speed, and you've guessed it, price. Yes, Aluxers, today's video is all about Bugatti. For any keen car spotters out there, the number of high-end automobiles you're likely to come across will vary depending on where you live. Typically, Porsches, while highly desirable, aren't that rarest sight anymore. Lamborghinis and Ferraris are a lot harder to spot and are bound to turn heads whenever they come into view. But when it comes to Bugattis, many of us are only likely to come face-to-face with one if we happen to be visiting one of the world's top car shows. And with starting prices for both Bugatti's main production models, the Veyron and the Chiron, starting in 7 figures, it's no wonder that these are the unicorns of the car world. In today's video, we'll be asking what makes Bugatti so expensive. Number 1. The engine. Let's start with what Bugatti is really famous for: speed. These supercars aren't just fast, they're insanely fast. And if you're going to break records for speed, you're going to need a ridiculously powerful and expensive engine. In the case of the Chiron, we're talking about 1,500 horsepower. That's around 7 times the horsepower of a typical SUV and double the Lamborghini Aventador. The Chiron Supersport 300 Plus is recognized as the world's fastest street-legal car with a top speed of 304 miles per hour. That's more than a dozen football fields per second, and it also has the title for the fastest acceleration, as it can go from 0 to 400 kilometers an hour in just under 42 seconds. This record was set by Formula One driver Juan Pablo Montoya at the wheel. In the 42 seconds it took him to get up to the desired speed, he'd covered over 3 kilometers. Needless to say, an engine that can do all of this is going to come at a seriously high price. Number 2. State-of-the-art engineering all over. Bugattis are phenomenally fast, but this raises a question: how do you control that much speed? For starters, let's think about the brakes. If you're traveling at 300 miles per hour, a regular set of car brakes just won't be up for the job. You'll need specially made sets of Bugatti brakes, which can withstand heat up to a mind-boggling 1,800 degrees Fahrenheit or 980 degrees Celsius. That's slightly hotter than lava. You'll also need 10 radiators to cool the engines, super advanced stability control, and a suspension to keep your car steady at high speeds. And pricey materials like carbon fiber and a grade of steel usually found in aircrafts. To top it all off, you'll want a set of custom-made tires, specially designed by Michelin, which alone cost $17,000, and they have to be glued to the rims. And Bugattis have all of these things and work amazingly well. Test drivers have noticed that while most supercars seem about to break apart near top speed, the Veyron and Chiron both give incredibly smooth rides. And with pretty much every component of a Bugatti containing cutting-edge engineering way above the level seen in any other road vehicle, suddenly the $2.4 million price tag starts to seem reasonable. Number 3. Limited availability. As they sell at sky-high prices, it's clear there's only going to be a certain number of units sold, but Bugatti expertly uses this fact to their advantage as a marketing tool. By making a conscious decision to cap the number of vehicles they produce, Bugatti ensures that these rare vehicles become even more desirable, and that super-rich customers are prepared to part with even more cash to get behind the wheel of one. Let's take a look at the numbers. Bugatti have stated they'll only produce 500 Chirons. Owning one will place you in the most elite clubs of consumers on the planet, a club that includes Cristiano Ronaldo, Jay-Z, Floyd Mayweather, and recently Post Malone. But what if you're a seriously high spender and the base model Chiron still isn't expensive enough for you? You could go for a limited edition model like a Devo. Only 40 of them exist, and they're priced at 5 million euros each. Or how about the 110? There are only 10 of these, and they'll set you back a cool $8 million. And in case you had your eyes set on the super sleek La Voiture Noire, which means the black car in French, we are sorry to say you missed out. Only one exists, and it's snapped up by a mystery customer in 2019 for $18.6 million, setting the record for the most expensive car ever sold. Rumors went around that the buyer of this one-off was none other than Cristiano Ronaldo, although Ronaldo has himself stated the high spender in question wasn't him. Number 4. Top-level luxury. Looking at the super exclusive clientele that drive Bugattis, did you really think Bugatti would make cars of this caliber without ensuring the highest level of luxury inside and out? They've spared no expenses here. The seats, steering wheel, and dashboard are covered in premium hand-stitched leather, making the interior a true work of art. The Bugatti emblem on the front grille of the Chiron is made out of silver, with 5 layers of enamel applied by hand. All over the car you'll find touches that are masterpieces of design, like the C-bar around the door, which is the longest illuminated component of the automobile industry. Touches like these aren't going to rival the cost of the engineering, but they are definitely going to add to the high price point. Number 5. Craftsmanship and attention to detail. Something else that sets Bugatti apart from pretty much any other car is they don't roll off factory production lines. You've heard of classy fashion brands favoring handcrafting instead of machine production, but in the car industry, it's particularly unheard of. That is, unless we're talking about Bugatti. For starters, the engine is assembled by hand by 2 technicians, which takes a week to put together in the Bugatti workshop in Molsheim, France. After that, a team of 20 mechanics put the entire vehicle together, tightening each bolt manually. This takes 2 months to finish a single car before it's driven 300 miles to make sure everything functions perfectly, after which it's carefully polished in a process that takes 2 days. This level of attention to detail on every vehicle produced is unique in an automobile production, and it ensures that each Bugatti is a work of art. And it goes without saying that it all adds up to Bugatti's production costs and desirability. Number 6. Finally, Aluxers, if you're one of the few people lucky enough they can even consider buying a Bugatti, there's one other cost you should consider, and this time it doesn't even show up on the price tag: maintenance. If you're a proud owner of a Bugatti, you'll no doubt want to keep it in tip-top condition, and this also is going to be pretty expensive. Just changing the tires alone will cost $30,000. Maybe you want to replace the rims too. This'll push the price up to $120,000. What if you just need an oil change? Luckily, no need to worry there. You'll be able to cover this with a billionaire's pocket change, around $20,000. So that brings us to, is a Bugatti worth it? There's no doubt that Bugattis are phenomenally expensive, but are they actually worth it? To answer this, let's see what those world-famous motoring authorities Top Gear have to say. In 2010, the British motoring show named the Veyron the car of the decade, proclaiming it a feat of engineering and design on par with Concorde. And while the Top Gear presenters are known for pushing supercars to the limit by testing them against each other, when it came to the Veyron, they chose to test it not against other cars, but against planes, presumably because if they'd put it up against a retail car, it just wouldn't have been a fair fight. However, they did race it against a McLaren F1, and the Bugatti came in first, all proving that Bugattis really are in a class all apart from other vehicles. All of this means, if you can buy a Bugatti, you're not just buying one of the most advanced pieces of engineering in the world that's on a totally different level to anything else on the road. You're also buying a masterclass in design and luxury that's pretty much incomparable as a status symbol. In other words, if you're one of the very few people out there who can afford one, then yes, Bugatti really is worth the price. Question. Aluxers, we're so curious to know, out of all Bugatti models out there, including the special editions, which one do you think is the most eye-catching design? Let us know in the comments. And of course, for sticking with us until the end, here's your bonus. There is a Bugatti model that we haven't mentioned yet, and it has bling written all over it. The Bugatti Veyron Diamond Limited Edition. Only 3 of them have been made, and they aren't made out of carbon fiber and aircraft steel, but out of 24-karat gold, platinum, and diamonds. Aluxers, as you've probably guessed, no, you can't actually drive these, and they didn't come from the Bugatti factory in France. Instead, from the workshop of a Munich-based jewelry designer. Amazingly, at $2 million, this scale model of the Veyron is even more expensive than the car it's modeled after. And even if it won't get anywhere near the 300 miles per hour mark and it isn't an official Bugatti product, the fact that somebody made the effort to make it highlights Bugatti's connection with the furthest extremes of luxury. Thank you for spending some time with us, Aluxers. Make sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another video. We also handpicked these videos, which we recommend you watch next. You can talk to us on all social medias or ask a question on our website, Alux.com. Thank you for being an Aluxer, and we'll see you back tomorrow.